Hello there, welcome to Bryan Lomax Movie Talk and the second edition of Hammer Time. Taking a look back at a few of the old Hammer horror films. I got the box, a big box set. It's got like 20 odd films in it. Borrowed that off my brother. While I'm incapacitated, I have slip disc in my back, so I'm just chilling out watching some movies, and I thought I'd go through these. So this is the second one. Obviously I've reviewed Quatermass and the Pit, so this is She. So I'm reviewing She here, taking a look at She. I'm a bit doped up right now, just in case anybody is wondering. That's why I'm not in my usual setting. I'm on quite a bit of tramadol and whatnot, just for the pain in my back. But so if I come across as a bit different, whatever, somewhat subdued, that's why. She, 1965. It's directed by Robert Day, and it stars Peter Cushing, Bernard Cribbins, some other dude that I don't really recognise, Christopher Lee and Ursula Andress. It's not a great film, it must be said. So it follows, it's very hokey, really hokey. So you've got these three friends played by Cribbins, Cushing, and the dude that I don't know the name of. And the dude that I don't know the name of, he basically, he's taken by a girl in a bar that he chats up in this foreign country, and he's jumped by a bunch of goons who then take him to this woman played by Ursula Andress, who tells him that she's basically the reincarnated soul of her lover from 2,000 years ago, and that she is in fact 2,000 years old, and he must go on a quest across country to reach this forgotten city, and if he gets there, he can be with her and become immortal like she is. And anyway, it's really ponderous. It lags. Like, you get to the middle of it and you're like checking your watch a bit. But I will say Peter Cushing in this is the standout for me. I really enjoyed watching Cushing in this. Christopher Lee too, I liked, but Cushing in particular, I liked his character and I liked his performance. Bernard Cribbins fares pretty well as well. He's kind of like he's kind of like the Samwise Gamgee to Cushing's Frodo Baggins in this. He's there like the trusty servant, goes wherever he'll go just to stick with him and make sure he stays protected. But beyond those two characters, and as I say, the Christopher Lee character, there's not a right lot with regards to character here to be drawn to. The dude that I can't remember the name of, who kind of looks like Topher Grace, is he can't say he makes much of an impression for me. There's a nice kind of story there about, you know, the corruption of power, or the promise of power corrupting the soul and causing the dude to make wrong choices. I like, there's a few good scenes in it. Like there's a moment when all these slaves are thrown down this pit, this fiery pit, which for one looked pretty good from a special effects front, given this is 1965, and two, is genuinely horrific when it happens. It kind of reminded me of that scene in Amistad where all the slaves are tossed overboard. It's quite horrific for its day, so, you know, props to that. And I do like the climax. I think the last 10 minutes when everything kicks off, when Ursula Andress's character, the she of the title, kills the wrong person's daughter, basically causing a revolt. A revolt that kind of goes nowhere, really, because they don't really get her. She dies through other means, completely oblivious that her palace is even being invaded, quite frankly. So, yeah, that's kind of pointless. But it does make for an entertaining climax. You got Christopher Lee kind of going toe-to-toe with the Topher Grace dude. So that makes for a nice little fight sequence. But yeah, on the whole, pretty disappointing. Like I say, it's that middle section mostly, and it's the story that's quite hokey. There's also this, so the female character as well, the daughter who was killed at the end. She's also the girl that they use to lure the Topher Grace dude away from the bar, and it's like, how quickly she falls in love with this guy is ridiculous. Like, she literally has a conversation with him in the bar, then they go outside, he gets jumped, and then she has a crisis of conscience and is suddenly in love with the dude and will go to the ends of the earth to help him and find him and give her heart to him. And it's just like every scene with her after that point is quite painful to watch, just from a writing standpoint. You know, credit to the actress, she does as good as she can with it, but every word that comes out of her mouth where she's telling this guy that she'll do anything for him and he has her heart and all this, it's just, I don't buy it for a second. It's just the hokiest pile of nonsense ever, because there's no way she's falling in love with this guy that quick. And if she's doing it out of some sense of guilt for having led him down the garden path to begin with, because she's actually that compassionate, she's so compassionate, she will literally cross the country and go after him and go in all kinds of dangers and give her life for him ultimately. If she's that compassionate, she never would have led him down the garden path to begin with. So yeah, I'm not buying it. It's really hokey, really lame. The last thing I will say on this film is Ursula Andress in her day definitely was a very attractive woman, but let's face it, that's the only reason she got hired as an actress, because on the strength of this, I can't see any other reason why she was hired. I know she has that pretty famous sequence in Dr. No as well, and her character in that, is pretty memorable primarily because of one particular scene, the famous scene when she comes out of the water. But even in that, her voice was dubbed by another actress, and I'm pretty sure they do the same here. The lip syncing's a little bit off most of the time with her, whereas it isn't with the other characters. So yeah, that's it really. I give this a 2.5 out of 5. Some nice bits of action, one scene of genuine horror which I thought was pretty impressive, and Peter Cushing, Bernard Cribbins and Christopher Lee are pretty decent. So yeah, but it's just not enough to call it good. 2.5 out of 5 from me. That's She. I don't know what I will pick next from this Hammer box set. I'll see what I feel like tomorrow, but yeah, that's it for now. If you've seen She, please do comment down below, let me know your thoughts on it. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time, cracking.